The 359th Infantry Regiment was a hard-fighting regiment of the United States Army whose service spanned 2 world wars and the post-war transformation of the American military. Best known for its relentless combat record in World War II, the regiment earned a reputation for persistence under fire while serving with the 90th Infantry Division, famously known as Tough Ombres. From the trenches of World War I's final months to the hedgerows of Normandy and the drive deep into Germany, the 359th Infantry Regiment embodied the endurance and adaptability of the American infantrymen. The 359th Infantry Regiment was constituted in 1917 following America's entry into World War I. It was assigned to the 90th Infantry Division, a National Army formation composed largely of draftees from Texas and Oklahoma. Training took place primarily at Camp Travis, Texas, where the regiment prepared for modern industrial warfare. Soldiers were trained in trench warfare tactics, rifle and machine gun marksmanship, bayonet fighting, gas defense, and field fortifications. By mid-1918, the regiment was ready for overseas deployment. The 359th Infantry Regiment arrived in France in June 1918 as part of the American Expeditionary Forces. After a short period of acclimatization and additional training, the regiment moved to the front. It participated in combat operations during the Saint-Mihiel Offensive and later the Meuse-Argonne Campaign, two of the largest American operations of the war. Combat was intense and costly, marked by assaults against entrenched German positions, heavy artillery and machine gun fire, difficult terrain and logistical challenges. The regiment fought continuously until the armistice of 11 November 1918, after which it performed occupation duties. Demobilization. The 359th Infantry Regiment returned to the United States in 1919 and was demobilized as the Army rapidly downsized. Though its active service was brief, the regiment had earned its place among combat-tested American units. Between the wars, the regiment's lineage was preserved within the organized reserve, existing largely on paper. Like many World War I units, it served as a framework for future mobilization should the nation again be called to arms. That call would come 2 decades later. World War II, rebirth and hard lessons, reactivation, and training. The 359th Infantry Regiment was reactivated on 25th of March 1942 as part of the reconstituted 90th Infantry Division. Initial training took place at Camp Barkley, Texas, followed by advanced maneuvers at multiple training centers. Training emphasized small unit infantry tactics, combined arms coordination, amphibious operations, rapid maneuver, and offensive combat. Despite extensive preparation, the regiment, like much of the division, would face significant challenges upon entering combat. Deployment to Europe. The regiment deployed to England in March 1944, then crossed to France shortly after D-Day. In June 1944, the 359th Infantry Regiment entered combat in Normandy, where it encountered the brutal realities of modern warfare. Normandy. The trial by fire. The regiment's first combat experience came in the Normandy hedgerows, among the most difficult terrain faced by American forces. Dense vegetation, narrow lanes, and well-prepared German defenses negated many advantages of mobility and firepower. Early operations revealed weaknesses in leadership and coordination, and casualties mounted. However, through hard experience, changes in command, and relentless combat, the regiment adapted. By late July 1944, the 359th had transformed into a seasoned combat unit, disciplined, aggressive, and effective. Breakout and the drive across France. Following Operation Cobra, the Allied breakout from Normandy, the 359th Infantry Regiment advanced rapidly across northern France. Combat shifted from static hedgerow fighting to fluid maneuver warfare. The regiment cleared towns and road networks, engaged German rearguards, and captured large numbers of prisoners. This rapid advance tested endurance as much as combat skill, but the regiment maintained momentum alongside the rest of the 90th Division. Lorraine and the Saar. Grinding attrition. In late 1944, the regiment entered Lorraine and the Saar region, where German resistance stiffened once again. Fighting became slow and costly, marked by fortified villages, heavy artillery fire, and ore weather and difficult terrain. The 359th Infantry Regiment conducted repeated assaults against prepared positions, often advancing only a few hundred yards at great cost. These operations exemplified the regiment's growing toughness and discipline. The Ardennes and the final drive, the Battle of the Bulge. During the Battle of the Bulge in December 1944, the regiment helped contain and then roll back the German offensive. Though not surrounded like some units, the 359th faced intense pressure and constant enemy attacks in winter conditions. Advance into Germany. In early 1945, the regiment crossed into Germany, participating in the Allied drive toward the Rhine and beyond. Combat included river crossings, urban fighting, clearing enemy strongpoints. As German resistance collapsed, the regiment transitioned to occupation and security duties. On 8th May 1945, Victory in Europe Day, the men of the 359th Infantry Regiment stood deep inside Germany, veterans of nearly a year of continuous combat. Post-World War II service inactivation and reserve status. Following the war, the regiment was inactivated in 1945 as the Army demobilized. Its lineage was later maintained within the Army Reserve, preserving its honors and traditions. Final inactivation. As U.S. Army organization evolved during the Cold War, moving away from traditional regimental structures, the 359th Infantry Regiment was eventually fully inactivated. Its history retained in official Army lineage records. Legacy. The legacy of the 359th Infantry Regiment is one of transformation and perseverance. In World War I, it entered combat during the final push to victory. In World War II, it endured early setbacks, learned under fire, and emerged as one of the most reliable regiments in the European theater. The regiment's journey, from the hedgerows of Normandy to the heart of Germany, mirrors the broader American experience in World War II. Costly beginnings, hard-won lessons, and ultimate victory through endurance and adaptability. The story of the 359th Infantry Regiment stands as a testament to the American infantryman, tested repeatedly, reshaped by combat, and unwavering in the face of adversity.